Hi guys! Today we're going to talk about speech to text and text to speech specifically for the Mac computers. Before we start, I just wanted to take 10 seconds and everybody can just jot something down they know about either speaking into a Mac or using a keyboard for typing in a Mac or just plain, a Mac setting. So let's write that down. And I'll start by saying that before I started this presentation, I knew there was a systems button at the bottom in my dock called System Preferences, and I thought maybe that controlled a lot of the Mac, but I wasn't really sure anything about speech to text or text to speech. Let's start off by explaining that these technologies can be used by all ages. Somebody in kindergarten, somebody who's 18, 40, 90, 112. Basically all you need is a little bit of knowledge about the computer and a basic understanding about settings in a Mac. So how much is this technology? Well, guess what? It's free. That's right. What kind of deal is that? Can't beat that kind of deal. These programs are automatically available on every Mac. You just need to change your settings in order to activate them. So you don't have to download them and you don't have to pay for them, which is really awesome. What's the difficulty? A lot of people worry about new programs and setting new programs up and making sure that you have everything correct in a new program. But these speech to text and text to speech, they're already in your computer. So there's no setup. All you need to do is change the settings and know the shortcuts that you input. And once you know those shortcuts, you can use it for the rest of your typing career. And it's really that simple. Check out the handouts that I created that are attached to this presentation. It's a really easy guide to enable these programmings. I listed in numerical order the steps to enable these programs, and it's really, I hope it helps you, and we'll go over it a little bit more later too. Now, another thing that's really great is Apple offers support through their website. So if we click on their website, no, I do not want to take a survey. They offer support on their iPads, their iPods, their iPhones, and their Macs. So let's say after this presentation is done, I totally forget about speech to text and text to speech. I don't have the handouts. I'm outside. Let's say it's next semester, so I don't have access to this presentation. All you need to remember is that if you go into the support, you can search your support, and we'll put speech to text. Suggested searches also come up, but we'll just do that. So you're going to have forums, you're going to have text-to-speech preferences in different operating systems. The first one is a Mountain Lion. This one's Mavericks. So you're probably going to come up with some really great information that'll be helpful to you. So if you remember nothing else, remember that you can go to Apple Support and you can get information on these programs. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about speech to text. Instead of typing, all you have to do is enable this and speak, and your Mac will translate it into text. It's really that simple. You can do it in any entry box, from your URL box to your Word to a library database. It's anywhere you would type, you just speak, and it will translate it into text for you. Now this is going to be really beneficial to anybody who has problems with dexterity in their hands. If you have really bad arthritis in your hands, it's painful to text, all you have to do is speak and it'll help ease your pain. You're not going to be in that constant pain from typing a lot. Also, it might be actually helpful for somebody who is a slow typer. Sometimes I know that when I was younger and I didn't type as fast, I always felt a little bit discouraged because I would have thoughts and I couldn't keep up my typing with my thoughts and I would kind of fall behind. So this would be really beneficial for somebody like when I was learning. Now, this is really simple. All you have to do once it's enabled is hit FN2. It should be noted though that the function key is a default key. You don't have to have it as a function, as a default. All right, so let's go to your worksheet, how to enable speech to text. In order to enable it, all you have to do is go to your system preferences, click on the key titled dictation and speech. Make sure you're clicked on dictation and there's going to be an on and off button. Just make sure it's on. It's as simple as that. Now, there's going to be a default shortcut key. It's going to be set to function, but you can also make it the right command, the left command, or either command. So if you don't want it to be function, you can choose one of those. Once it's on and set up, all you have to do is hit function twice in any text kind of setting like we talked about, and you are good to go. Now, text to speech. A little bit about it. Students can use it on any website. All you do is you highlight the text that you want read to you, and a voice will read you that text. It can be used on Google's, URLs, Word documents, PowerPoint, and more. Let's see if, let's go out of here. Let me show you a little example. All I do is click on this, and then
can be used on Google, URLs, Word, and more.
So that's a little example of what it's like, what actually text-to-speech is like. Now, let's get out your text-to-speech worksheet. In order to enable this, you just go to your system preferences just like before. Both of these programs are in the same kind of like menu. You're going to go to dictation and speech. You're going to make sure that you're clicked on text to speech, and you're going to, this is what your kind of like main screen is going to look like. You're going to make sure that you're clicked right here, speak selected text when the key is pressed. That just means that when this key is pressed, whatever you highlighted, it'll be read to you. Okay, so I changed the keys. The key default is escape and option, but I went right here, change key, and I made it shift, option, and S. You can change it to whatever keys you want. You just, this menu will come up. You just put your keys in here, whatever you want. Now, I would make it something that's a little bit unique because you don't want it to be like an A, and when you highlight it, you're typing and you hit an A and it just starts randomly reading you stuff. So I would make it something that you're doing specifically to make sure you're being read to. Now, this is great for people with vision problems, or really those who just want less strain. Maybe you read a lot and you're just so exhausted from reading all the time, you want somebody to read it to you. It's a great option. Also, like, you know, if you have a hard time reading because of vision problems, this will be a little bit less strain on your eyes as well. Whoops. All right, let's go to a review. First, I just wanted to look at your little fact that you wrote about the computer, about the Mac, about the keyboard, about speaking into it. Do you think that you at all use that in any of this processes? I know I did. My little fact was about the system preferences. I definitely learned a lot through this researching and this presentation, and I really built on that knowledge. So that's one thing that we're going to review, which is really awesome. All right, which program will translate your typing to audio? Yep, it's text to speech. Good job. How much does speech to text cost? That's right, it's free. Nobody's going to forget that. We love free stuff. Which program is good for people who have problems with their hands? Speech to text. It'll help them because they'll be speaking instead of texting so much, remember? And what key do you hit twice to start dictation? Remember, our default key is function twice. Good job, guys. So is this product recommended? Well, it's free, it's really helpful, and it's really easy to use. So I'm going to say yes, definitely. Thanks for going over everything with me. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or Dr. Sockman. Bye, guys.